هيك قبل ليلة لمنبار لإيرتراويان على مشتي انت اكو كلش كبر كثير على قبر بتعمل قرب هزم كم يكون رجعني بزن الرادة إذا ما نودنا نفسي هاسل قرنا نجمرو مالتي تنقل نفت شوك ناتو دقيرة Eritreans accomplish قبر ولا قرا تايو تنقل رايدو انت ايت accomplish قبر وتنقل اركب كونه achievements كم زي قربوا أنا بحجر يزولكم أب عالم كما جيرنا impact جيرنا عالم زبال حجيزي ريتشارد براير زبال ريتشارد براير أو أمريكا وستي بكامدي بريك ثروز قبره زي ما قد كله كفيت لهم أب ستيج وزي هاد الله كان ختزارا زخ قالوا إزي أب حد أوان دما نقولنا تيفني هاديش one of the best comedians of عالم the never interviews
He came by and you were a young girl, you were trying to figure it all out. He gave you good advice. He said to you, hey, don't take your problems on stage. Don't sit there and, wah. You got to make people laugh. They're coming for a good time. They're not looking to hear your problems.
Yeah, but he said they're coming to have fun. So it doesn't matter what you're talking about as long as you're having fun. If you're not having fun, they're not having fun. And they're going to be looking at you like, what the hell did I spend this money on this ticket for? They came to have a good time. So have fun.
Is he the greatest comedian that ever lived, Richard Pryor?
I don't know if he's the greatest comedian that ever lived, but he definitely put the smack down on comedy and changed the game and made it okay to be imperfect and be yourself on stage, like that you could possibly be. But tell your truth, the dark sides, it's okay to laugh at the pain. It's okay to, say, hey, man, I did this dumbass thing and find the funny in that. I guess he is the greatest comedian of all time, but then I think there's so many people that are
Who
really
are the
funny.
greats?
I'm at liberty to say this, but I do believe that Bill Cosby was one of the greats. I mean, Richard Pryor was emulating him for years.
Did it blow your mind with the whole Cosby thing? And
Now a dual citizenship with Eritrea. Why?
Well, to my understanding, Richard Pryor was definitely a breakthrough to many Black Americans. Coming from the hood, coming from the ghetto and making it in the main stage of mainstream America. Richard Pryor definitely opened the doors to many artists, basically. To my understanding, he was, I don't know who could be better than Richard Pryor. Anyway, Richard Pryor influenced Gerwai. That's a nice puzzle. After Madrech, he was another definitely in a hard, many of whatever. شو مرسي لهم بتعم استفلت بأمريكا anyway بتعم استفلت ميديا إذا غير نغطي سكي كمان يرو experience
What's important for you to be, to get that?
Okay, first of all, I was a citizen when I came out my daddy's nuts. Okay, let's get it together. Okay, I mean, wait, when I came out of my father, I was a citizen. Yeah, we had a kids thing. I was a citizen when I was born to my father. That's what they told me, okay? What I got is basically like a passport. I can go and come as I please without having to ask for a travel visa, an exit visa, or entry visa. So now it means the world to me because I can go and see my family. I can rebuild my family home. I'm probably going to open up a resort there.
I think I should continue in English at this point in time, probably. Eritreans, excuse me, but let me continue in English, definitely. It was a birthright by the virtue of her father being from Eritrea. It was just given. And when she went to Eritrea, this is the excitement that she actually got in the land, in the motherland, and she came back to America to testify as such. The Eritrea, مستولدكو Eritreawitku أبوي إيرتراوي سلزن أبوي إيرتراوي سلزن أبر استوعبني جفتا خونن
Redo the movie theaters there, bringing the economy back up to the level that it should be at.
Well, definitely. I think all these are expected from you. Eritreans got to be just chipping in something, man, to do at least one stadium in Asmara, Definitely in the motherland. We have to invest everything in it. That was the last عديسي كجلجل industries تسرح ኣብኡ ስራሕ ክፈጥር ገለታት ፅዕር ምክንያቱም it's a motherland ኣደያ ኤሪትሪያ
Thank you.
Gazakaran. I went to Gazakaran, and it was the most beautiful thing I ever seen. We pull up, and all these people are wearing white and these beautiful bright colors, and they're and I'm like, okay, what is going on? And they're all coming through, and they got these like bells that they're ringing, and we walk around, and then there's this beautiful setup, and I was like, whoa, I did not expect any of this. I just thought I was going to check out a village, right? And they had dedicated a piece of land to me, and I'm building a house on it. I'm gonna have a garden there, and I want to contribute to the village. I was so honored. I thought that I was coming. I'm not gonna lie to you. My auntie was telling me she wasn't feeling very well.
Well, it must be very interesting for Black American going back home to Africa and finding out the roots, and then being receptive in such a way, and then actually coming home back to America, owning a land in a motherland. መሬት ገዚኣ መሬት ሂቦማ ሸሊቦማ ደቂ ኤርትራ ኣብ ኤርትራ ምስ ከደት ገዛ ክትሰርሕ ገለ መላት ብሎም ዘላ እዮ everything is beautiful.
Well, so I was coming to be here for her and to support her and, take care of any things that needed to be taken care of legally. And boom, it's like I'm like, whoa, a whole village. Okay, she ready. And they were so welcoming. We danced and we went all the way up to the top of this hill.
Well, in a way, it's very lucky for her to be in Eritrea because most Black Americans don't know their roots. They've been disconnected, effectively. It was a chance. It was really an opportunity to be actually aware of where the roots were. So she was there in Eritrea and she knows that was home. And the connection will be really tight, as it should be. ብዙሓት Americans ጸለምቲ ኣበይ ከም ኣማፃፅኦም ኣይፈልጥዎን እዮም እሳ ግን ኤሪትሪያ ኺዳ ስለዚህ this is I think when she got home she got food in the land. I think this is the most exciting part of it because it clearly shows how difficult the struggle was, how unique the armed struggle for liberation was. أزيز قرب عينت أبزيك خيل زل أنا إرترام سكر كده كيري check it out.
Singing, it was dancing. I took care of the freedom fighters, the people that were hurt. They would bring them in. They would take care of them, look out for them, and to be like walking through those trenches, seeing how they were like defending the land. People, their whole village was bombed. They had to move further away, but they took care of the soldiers. They took care of the freedom fighters. The people that were hurt, they would bring them in. They would take care of them, look out for them. And to be like walking through those trenches, seeing how they were like defending the land, and how the enemy was all right there. They were right there, but they couldn't get to us. They couldn't get because we had these people sacrificing, fighting, having to be quiet so that the enemy doesn't hear you, having to be, strong, really strong.
Must have been a very humbling experience, definitely. I would feel the same thing. I would.
And to me, all our...
Hey, single people, is this you? Nope.
Version of the Great Wall of China. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. You can see it on the right side on top. When I visited the Great Walls of China, see the picture up here on the right, on top. That's exactly how I felt. ኣብዚ ቦታ እዚ ምስራቅዎ ናይ ቻይና the Great Walls of China ዝበሃል ደቂ ናይ ኤርትራ እዚ ተኣሽጉ ድፍዓት ልክዕ ኣብኡ ከምኡ ክንገብሮ ከም ንኽእል እዩ ተረዲእኒ ምክንያቱም ብቕዓት ኣለዎ እሱ ጥራሕ ኣይኮነን ኣብ ቪየትናም ድማ ኩቺ ታነልስ ምስራቁ ውሽጢ ናቶም ግን ውሽጢ ኩቺ ታነልስ about 240 kilometers underground where Americans couldn't reach up. Now, one of the tourist attractions in Vietnam, ladies and gentlemen, is a good Malika Kogi, Kankuchi tunnels. بتعمل زقرم عينتي نيرو سلازي أجري 100% tourism أزيك أتومو هزبناك علم كريو يمنه.
The great trenches of Eritrea.
Yes.
All our freedom fighters, all those people who sacrificed their lives to make sure that, you know, we had our independence, that we have our own land. I think personally, I feel like it's not recognized that we have our own land. I think personally, I feel like it's not recognized enough. And like we're here in Nafa right now, and I saw the trenches and all these things, and I just keep thinking to myself, well, would I have done that? Would I have did on carrying that water, carrying the wood, wearing sandals the whole time? Like, could I do that? I don't think so. Great.
To be honest with you, I had the opportunity to do it as a young man, as a teenager, but actually I didn't decide to do it because it's not something that you could do very easily. You know what I'm saying? You have to be absolutely selfless and dedicated to die. Because you go there to die, to be sacrificed, not to come alive. Chances are you will die too. I had to run away. Honestly speaking, أنا بقول السودان مسأتهم ብዙሓት ሰባት ኣብኡ ረክብ ነይረ ዝኣካኣቱ ዝደልዩ ነይሮም እዮም ኣነ ግን ሃዲመ ዘረባ ክቃለስ ኣይደለኹም ካልእ ዘፍራሓኒ ነገር ነይሩ ፍኮርስ ኣብዚ ክዛረቦ ዘይደሊ ኣብኡ ከይደ ሰርቫይቭ ክገብሮ ዘይኽእል ሰብ ገለ ኾነ እንስሳ ፎቢያ ስለ ዘለኒ እሱ እንተወሲኹ ግን ኤኒዌይ ኣይተቓለስኩን ከይደ ኣይተቓለስኩን ሾ ስለዚህ ብጣዕሚ ከቢድ እዩ ምገበርክዎ ዶ ኢላ ክትግምቶ ኸላ ኣይምኽኣልክዎ እያ ትብል ዘላ
for those people that did do that and were willing to sacrifice for the future, for their children, for their children's children, you know.
But I love it. It looks incredible.
Bilson is getting ready to go.
ማደቀሬ ከም ዝትሪእዎ ትፋሪ ሃድሽ ኣብ ዓለምና ዝተፈለጠት ኮሜድያ እያ ብጣዕሚ ብጣዕሚ What I'm trying to say here is Eritreans maybe 5 million people compared to the 8 billion people around the world. We're talking about 0.0006%. 0.0006%. Really, nobody could know where Eritreans are. Basically 5 million people and achieving this kind of talent in the comedy art. So what I'm saying is the achievement is heavy. 5 ሚልዮን ህዝቢ ስኒ ካብ 8 ቢልዮን ህዝቢ ነጥቢ 0.006 ከሚት ግን ከምዚአን ዓይነት ብሉፃት ኣብ ዓለም ኮሜድያን ዝተፈትዩ ኣብዚ ድማ ናይ ዳኒ እዚ ናይ ዳኒ እዩ Ladies and gentlemen, this was the first time the Eritreans
bit nervous here. I keep looking around the corner. I'm almost looking around the side of the TV field to see if I can spot where it is. I don't know what
Well, this is when Eritreans first appeared at the Tour de France. At that time, Merawi Kudus was the youngest, and Danny was a winner in the mountains. Okay, he was the champion of the mountains. The after Namajamara, Eritrea and the Ato. Right or Tour de France, but I'm anyway, it's hot here, but it feels good. Danny Sarah easy. Once again, net with 0.006 committee. His Alan. And damn, I would say the mushrooms. Unbelievable achievement of the Eritrean.
Bilson is getting ready to go here. He's waiting till he sees that banner, which is just on the horizon. He's moved on to the outside of Tekla Haymanov. Haymanov's looking at him saying, what's going on? Oh, well, it's looking a little bit nervous here. I keep looking around the corner. I'm almost looking around the side of the TV field to see if I can spot where it is. Now, I don't know what Tekla Haymanov is saying here to him. He shook his head because that banner was off the route. It wasn't. It was almost as if Daniel said, no, that's not the banner. And they're now letting Kerema get on with it at the front. Well, go on, Yetzi. I was just going to say, do you have any idea what they might be chatting about at the moment?
We really had a talk earlier, which we didn't capture on TV. And maybe David asked Yazar, hey, can I have it now? I'm already having 2 points here, 0 points. Okay, so I think he was just trying to make sure if he gets it for free.
We're going to find out, Jens. We're about 150 to the line. Keremai is leading out. Daniel Tekleheimer breaks. There is no reaction. They've realized what is happening. It's 1 point. And we have our first African king of the mountains of the Tour de France. Well, sometimes you see dreams do come true in the Tour de France. Huge, huge moment for it.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened. ንመጀመርያ ግዜ ከምዚ ዓይነት ዓወት ድማ ኣመዝጊቦም ደቅና ማለት እዩ ኦኬ ሕጂ ድማ ናብ ካልእ ክንከይድ ኢና ቀስ እንዳበልና ክንከይድ ኣነ ኩሉ ቀስ እንዳበልና ክንከይድና ደቂረ ኣብ ሙሉእ ዓለም ናተይ ቴስትመኒ ኣብ ሙሉእ ዓለም ከም ኤርትራውያን ዝተኸየፈ ከም ኤርትራውያን ዝተዓወተ የለን ንምንታይ ተበልኩም ብ30 ዓመት ውሽጢ ስምዑ ክነግረኩም ኣብ ዓለም 1.43 ቢልዮን ህዝቢ ኣለዋ ቻይና 18 ሚእታዊ ካብ ዓለም ህዝቢ ህንዲ እውን ከምኡ 17 ሚእታውያን ማለት እዩ ኣፍሪካ ጠቕላልኡ ወይ ክንዲ ቻይና ኢና ወይ ክንዲ ህንዲ ኢና ግን ነዚኦም በሊፅካ ነዚኦም ኩሎም ዓፃፂፍካ እዚኦም ረኺቦሞ ዘይፈልጡ ዓወት ኣብ ብሽክሌታ እሞ ፀልም ጥራሕ ናይ በዓል ቢንያም እየ ዝነግረኩም ዘለኹ ኣብኡ ክንኣቱ ኢና ናይ ዳንኤል እየ ዝብለኩም ዘለኹ ኣይችል ዳንኤል ዝቀደሶ ናበይ ከም ዝኸደ ነጥቢ 0.006 ካብ ሚእቲ ደገረ ዝቐሊል ነገር ኣይኮነን እግዚኣብሔር ዝፈጠሮ ዝፈቐዶ ጥራሕ እዩ ካልእ ነገር
until the final kilometer when an injection of pace from Mizel split the group. The only man that could match his pace was fellow Eritrean Tadis, who then edged ahead in the sprint to the finish line. Tadis won in a time of 1 hour 10 seconds, with Mizel recording the same time for second place.
ዝርሰናይ ታደሰ በሃል እዚ ድማ ነዚ ዝርሰ ኤርትራዊ ዘሎ እዚ ኮይ ኩሉ ነገር ቀዲስ ኣሎ እዚ ኮይ ቻምፒዮና ነይሩ ናይ ኤርትሪያ ናይ ኤርትራ ኮነ ናይ ዓለም ብሃፍ ማራቶን ደቂ ኤርትራ እሱ ድማ ሬከርድ ሰይሩ ሕራይዶ ንኤርትራ ብላዕሊ ዘብፅሓ ማራቶን ድማ ሳልሳይ ወፂኡ ብ10 ሜትሮ ንመጀመርያ ግዜ እሱ ዝተዓወተሉ እዋን ክነግረኩም ደቂ ሳልሳይ ወፂኣ ኤርትሪያ ዝከረኩም ተኮይኑ ሳልሳይ ወፂኣ ብሮንዝ ሜዳል ወሲዳ ግን ካብ ዓለም ቀዳማይ ወፂኣ ምክንያቱ ዋሕዲ ስለ ዘለና ሞ ከምኡ ስለ ዘይርከብ ሕጂ ሞ ብለው ሕጂ ፎርጌት 5 ሚልዮን ሰባት ንኩሎም በሊፆሞም በቃ እዚ ግን ከኹርዓና የብሉን ክሕብነና ጥራሕ እዩ ዘለዎ ደቂረ ኩርዓት ሕማቅ ንኣንነት ኣይደልን እዚ ተመስገን ኣምላኽ ኢልካ ምቕባል ግን ከድሊ check this out another marathon winner basically ነቢያት daughter of Eritrea ladies and gentlemen in 30 years all these kind of accomplishments cyclists too African cyclists and now we found winners like this ከምዚ ዓይነት ድማ winners ተፈጢረን ብኩሉ ዳይሜንሽን ብብሽክሌታ ብጉያ እንታይ ጎዲሉ well is it the man I nipsey hustle the area one of the best I nipsey hustle is it the man رايو أبسمرا بتصيح مستمر سي Africa and see the motherland. Born American, okay, from beautiful mama in Los Angeles and grown up in very hectic situation because of his choice, not because of upbringing. Very dangerous lifestyle until he went to Eritrea and just changed himself, transformed himself because of culture. The cultural roots in Eritrea, the root culture of the Eritrean people is what has been producing all this kind of stuff. The self-reliance, I can do attitude. دكيري عندهم مسكنة كم أولنا متى مرحي لا يسألن تخوين كوفيلو نفسي حاسل دمار تستفلت إريتراوي ولا نزولدو لا إريتراوي دم once again net me 000 كميتي كم بعد كم يوم هزبي زلوا هزب على مسي حقرسي كم يوم أتريا مالتي I hope his brother Black is doing very fine at this point in time. I was hoping to meet them in Los Angeles at one point in time, but I was surprised by the accident. God didn't allow it to be. But one day, I hope I will meet his family in Los Angeles, California. I do believe Isaac, this is also another superstar in Europe in the field of soccer. They say German Eritreans have done a whole lot. The Eritrean society has contributed a lot more than its share in this life for them to live from now on with peace and tranquility. The whole world has to recognize this kind of stuff. All these talents from very tiny little Eritrea. Listen, German can mistake it is Eritrea's whole talent. That's a reflection of the culture and tradition. That's a reflection of the people's consciousness for humanity and life. Listen, as a natural reflection. ናይ ስድራና ናይ ገለታት ናይ ቤተሰብና ናይ ኩሉ ባረቄሬ ሎማዓቲ ሓደ ሰርፕራይዝ ኣለኒ ሓደ ካሊእ ፍሉጥ ዝኾነ ቢዩቲፉል ስታር ድማ መፂሎ ንዑ ገይረ ኩዳይ ንግዚኡ ግን እቲ ንሪኦ ዝነበር ናብ ዓለም መድረክ ድማ ናይ ደቅና በዓል ግርማይ ንርአዮ እየ 0.0006% of the world population achieving this kind of purity in sports and physical fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to think about the Eritreans. You got to love them. You got to love them. You got to support the Eritreans. You ain't got no choice except to rejoice. Check this out, man. Eritreans make it look so simple, ladies and gentlemen, because of God's blessing. It's just phenomenal. Africa has to be proud because of his achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, I got another attitude. I think Africa has to be dignified instead of proud. We don't need pride, man. Pride is a matter of ego. Pride is a matter of competition. أنا كرعتا هون زدنا حبنت راح زدنا دقيرترا قلت مركت وزدما Well, I didn't even know he exists, huh? But I consider you like my son right time. Definitely. Viva with the Somalians. We love the Somalians. Somalians and Eritreans are inseparable. They're beautiful brothers. Probably the most gutsy Africans that I've ever seen in my life. You don't mess with the Somalians, ladies and gentlemen. The Somali حريفاتهم وبلوكمالو. إريتراويانون حريفاتهم وبلوكمالو. نقر ما يكرهوك ما تسمروا بلوكمالو. Yo, Asmara is your home from now on. Just come on. When I go to Africa next time, bro, I'm going to be at the airport telling them to sneak me in without a visa and a passport. You can take me to jail. But the next day, they will release me and sneaking me in. Right there. I would get into any country in Africa without a visa because I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to have a visa, man. You understand? So hopefully, in your generation, it's about you. Turn it around. The kingdom. ما لعل قبروا لعل قبروا
دادي وطلعني حاشم صدي وحملة مسيح حلو عنو أخا يا أخا يا أخا يا أخا يا أخا يا أخا إرترع عدي أتعباي دبري صلعت قبر اللي كي تعبري مسلك مسلك يا غرقا بالبوس نقولو بعركم كله سي عبي مسلمي شكله ويبري حتى ظلم غيره في الشغل على تبديله نقوله قدر ما كنت يتبعي غيره عبي مسلمي شكله ويبري حتى ظلم غيره الشغل وانا تبدينا نقوله عبودي من سحر راسي مسحر بيان جماعتي توقاسي مسكبر حراسي حفاسي كان يجب الله يكون بقلاسي نقوله تقرب يوز كله سمعاي كله وعساي عدل شدن ترى حجي ترى غدا ترى لمي ترى غدا عدل وعروه عدل شدن حجي ترى غدا عدل وعروه عدل شدن